Hi guys, so this is a bit of an introductory slash book haul. I didn't really know how to start a proper YouTube channel. I discussed with a few people who have their own channels who are just amazing, and they all suggested that just a small introduction of who you are, what your jam is. So I decided that I was going to bite the bullet this year and actually start my YouTube channel, or Booktube I should say. I am 27 years old. I am a care assistant by night and a mum of two by day, which is a lot. But I found my passion in books just sort of reignited probably March of 2019. I'd been reading quite a bit in January, and then I came across a few Booktube channels. I didn't even know that was a thing. I came across a lot of book accounts on Instagram, and then in March time I decided that I was going to do my own book Instagram, and then became a part of such an amazing community. I have never felt so happy to be a part of something like this. It is just, it's incredible. So for everybody that has helped me get as far as I have on my Bookstagram account, for everybody that follows me, likes my pictures, comments, it's just amazing, so thank you. I would like to say a little book haul, but it's not a little book haul. It is probably, I've got stuff in boxes. This is probably what maybe the start of December, we'll say. I'm gonna hazard a guess that it was the start of December. So I'm gonna try my hardest to get through these as quickly as I can, because I realise already this is going to be a very long introductory video for the channel. However, I have I'm not even going to count them. There's some that I haven't even got off the shelf because it's too much. Okay, so I don't have any of these in a particular order. I'm just going to go through them and I'll try and explain as I go along. So my first one is the Gospel of Loki. I talk about this a bit in my next vlog, purely because I'm struggling a little bit, but not in a bad way, just it's my fault. I really liked the sound of this being from the perspective of Loki. I thought it was a really good idea. I also have such cover love for this book. It's so pretty, and as soon as I saw it I was like, I know it's been recommended to me, so why not? So I did, why not? Straight on Till Morning was my next Christmas present book given to me early, because I was about to buy it, and if my partner hadn't come back and said here we go, then I probably would have bought it and I've had 2 copies. This is another one of the Twisted Tales. I don't know how far on they're going, but who writes this? This is another Liz Braswell one. This is such a fantastic series. I can't wait to actually be able to finish it, purely because I don't know how much further they can take this. If you haven't read them and you do like Disney and you do like the twists of fairy tales, then definitely give it a go. This is based on Peter Pan. What if Wendy went to Neverland with Captain Hook? So straight away I want to read it, because in my head I've got some weird love interest already going on in my head, and I don't think that's a good thing. So yeah, so that's another great one. Really looking forward to getting to this. Next we have Serpent and Dove. I was really lucky. I had this on my list for ages, and I was waiting to hear back from people who had read it already, and I couldn't decide whether it was a case of people were getting caught up in the hype, I was getting caught up in the hype and risking FOMO. So I decided that I was just going to let it sit, wait for people to come back with actual perspectives once they'd read it. However, I won a giveaway on Instagram, and it was basically a book of your choice up to a certain amount. So yeah, so I picked Serpent Dove thinking, well, I've got nothing to lose now. If I don't enjoy it, I haven't spent the money. I've heard so many good things about this book. I have also heard a few bad things. More so because of Sorcery of Thorns. I am interested to see my idea of it. I read Sorcery of Thorns. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it either, and yet I know that when it first came out, the reviews were polar opposite. People either really didn't like it or really loved it, and I was one of those that was sort of in the middle. It was okay. It was nothing special for me personally, but it was okay. So I'm hoping that this isn't going to be another one of those. My next one is one that I actually bought a few days ago when I said that I was having a book ban for the beginning of 2020. It's not going well, folks. It is The Binding. Now, I've been eyeing this up, and my friend Claire actually bought the Waterstones hardback edition with the beautiful blue sprayed edges, and it looks amazing. I know the paperback one also has the blue sprayed edges. Again, it looks amazing. However, knowing in my head that I'd already put myself on a book ban, I was then second guessing whether I could wholeheartedly do £15 on the book for the sprayed edges. And then I thought, well, the paperback isn't too bad either. I could do that. And I had originally asked Claire to pick up the paperback for me because she frequents Waterstones quite a bit more than I do. However, I know that it was $8.99 in Waterstones, and just out of having a look on Amazon for something completely different, it then came up along the bottom, other things you might be interested in, and this came up, and it was $8.49 for the hardback. Okay, it doesn't have the sprayed edges, but I'm not angry because, I mean, it's stunning. It's a stunning copy. It's just beautiful. So I was really happy, and I felt like that was a little bit of a victory dance for me because I saved some money. Fantastic. Okay, so on to the next one. This is a pre-owned book. Again, well, technically it came in 2020, but I ordered it the back end of 2019. I ordered it, I think, on the 29th of December, and it came on like the 2nd of January. I don't know much about this. This is the first book of the Magisterium Trials, and I have purely taken a punt on this one. I am not going to lie. I have no idea really how much it is about. I just know that it was by Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, and Books with Chloe. Do I need to say more? I think it was a a bookshelf tour, and I was just sitting watching it one day, and I was just like, oh, Holly Black and Cassandra Clare, that could be interesting. So I decided that rather than taking a massive leap and buying brand new, I was just going to try it out. However, I paid £2 for this on eBay, and it really is in such good condition, considering I was expecting it to come, and I mean, it's literally the dust jacket. The dust jacket is just showing a few signs of wear and tear, but at least it's a pre-owned. My next one, I knew about, but I didn't know all the details. So when I say that, I mean I knew what book I was getting, and this is probably going to give it away, but I didn't know the colour of the cover underneath the dust jacket. My crazy Bookstagram friend Kirsty had decided that it would be a great idea for us to buddy read, and she went and bought me The Starless Sea, and it's the Waterstones edition. And my favourite part about this is the fact that I got the teal. I was so excited. It's gorgeous. It really is. I know she got the pink, and all of them look lovely, but I do have a thing for teal. If you see my laptop, that matches it. I don't know if they did say that it was teal, but it looks a bit more like just a bright blue. But I feel like I want to read this, not just because of the story, but I feel like I want to read this because I just want to sit and hold it all the time, which probably isn't the idea of a book. But next up, this is another pre-owned. I have been looking for this copy of Caraval for ages. I've wanted it, really wanted it in hardback. Everywhere I looked, they had the other covers, but I couldn't find this one. But I wanted it in my set. I want to make a set. When I couldn't find it, I decided I was going to wait for a while, maybe save up and see if I could just buy the box set, because that might be easier. However, when I was on eBay, I came across this one, and I just thought, looking at it now, I think it's got deckled edges. Again, it's just the dust jacket that is a little bit battered. However, that does not affect the book in the slightest. The book is altogether perfectly fine. So again, brand new, what should have been £15–20. I actually paid £6 for this, and that was including post and packaging. It was just an auction on eBay, and people have obviously dodged it because there is a slight tear in the cover at the front. But again, it doesn't affect the book, so for me, I'm more than happy with that. I do think, depending on how things go, if I really do enjoy, because yes, it sounds crazy, I haven't read Caraval yet, but I know that I wanted particular covers. So I definitely have decided that if I do enjoy it, I will buy Legendary and Finale, but I will buy it in the box set and replace my pre-owned one. Next up, this is taking forever. Next up is The Guinevere Deception. This is a retelling of King Arthur, but we're looking more at Guinevere, who is Princess Guinevere, who has come to wed a stranger, King Arthur. I'm really looking forward to reading this because I'm really hyped up on retellings all the time, but more so because I don't think they do a lot of King Arthur retellings. I think this is the first time I have heard of one. If you can think of any, or if you have read any, I'd be really interested. So if you wouldn't mind popping them down in the comments, that would be amazing. I definitely said this year that I wanted to read more stories with either folklore, legends, myths, but also mixing in with that, I really want some sort of history from different countries. It would be really good. So yeah, so I'm so excited to try this. Okay, so this next pile, I got money for Christmas, as a lot of people do. So with this money, I then decided that I was going to go to Waterstones, as you do. So I had a look. There's so many. I had a look at the buy one get one half price, because there's usually some really good books within that offer. There was King of Scars, which was half price, which put it down to £6.99, which is amazing for a hardback. However, I picked it up and I walked around with it for ages, and then I thought, no, I need to wait for paperback because I'm going to be so irritated. As it is, I have the Grishaverse in paperback, I have Six of Crows, Cookie Kingdom in paperback. The only one out of that entire set which isn't necessarily part of it, but it is. That doesn't make sense to anybody, does it? But anyway, Language of Thorns is the only hardback within that sort of Grisha verse, so I think I'm going to wait for King of Scars, not Stars, to come back out in paperback. So I bought these. These are a big chunk of I don't know. They're a big chunk of I don't know. So I am trying to sort this out now, because I feel like I've lost my bearings. That is not all of them. Because believe it or not, I don't actually remember what I bought at all. I don't remember what I bought. Oh, this is a nightmare. Okay, so I bought 7 books. So I would like to think that 7 books is going to get me somewhere. However, I can only pin together 5. So there must be another 2 on my shelf somewhere that I've forgotten about. So I had A Natural History of Dragons call to me. However I say call to me, I had it suggested by Kirsty a few months back, but I did decide when I was in there that although this was full price, it was only £7.99, this was going to be one of my full price books because I really wanted it. I love dragons. That is another introductory thing I should have popped in, but I do. I'm amazed by dragons. I had a dragonology book when I was younger, and I used to pretend that I was taking part in the course, which is embarrassing now looking at it, but it was fun when I was younger. So I'm really looking forward to this, and just the idea of a book with dragons in. The next one was The Place I've Cried in Public by Holly Byrne, or Bourne. I have read this. I am discussing my thoughts, or I have discussed my thoughts in the vlog, so I'm not going to really say too much about this, but it had beautiful purple edges and it went so well with the beautiful teal cover. So I was excited by the cover, and I picked it up a few months ago because I was excited by the cover, and then read the back and was umming and ahhing about it, and then obviously buy one get one half price. I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. Next on the list is another Sprayed Edges special edition. Waterstones are killing me with the Sprayed editions. So we are on Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. I don't really know a fat lot about this. I know a lot of people have been mentioning it quite a bit over the last few months. I've never seen this edition before, so when I did and it was buy one get one half price, I was like, yeah, that's going right in my basket. Then when I was at the counter and I said how much it was in total, I was like, yeah, I can do another buy one get one half price. So I did. So I decided I was going to pick up, now please forgive me because I have no idea how to pronounce this. I want to say Wakenhurst or Wackenhurst. Please somebody inform me of how to say this. I'm not gonna lie, I bought it because the cover. Again, covers are killing me. I have The Familiars. I have been looking at this book for a very long time. The idea of The Familiars called to me because it sounded like it was going to be to do with animals who are likened to magical forces. For example, like in Charmed, I know that they have their familiar, which is the cat. But then as I started to read a bit more about what it was, I realised that wasn't the case. It sort of disheartened me a little bit, but then I was like, well actually no, because there's still some forces at bay. So I picked it up anyway and decided that I was going to give it a go. It's not on my high priority list at the moment, but I will get round to it eventually. Another one which again I ordered just before the end of 2019 is Storm Dancer. I have been so hyped with J. Kristoff this year. I am in love with the Nevernight trilogy. I have even bought the Illumicrate special edition reprint of Nevernight and God's Grave with the sprayed edges signed. I'm a nightmare. So I decided, again this is pre-owned, but honestly you would not know at all. The spine isn't broken. There's a few creases in other places, but the spine itself is not broken. And I paid £3 for it. So again, really good bargain. I'm looking forward to this one. One that was before Christmas was the Orphanage of Gods. I think I was looking originally at the Norse mythology on Amazon, trying to read through, and I got to the bottom bit where it's similar things, and it was literally the Orphanage of Gods popped up, clicked on it because I liked the cover, and then I ended up just reading through thinking, oh, I really like that, and I ended up actually buying myself one and buying Kirsty one so that we could buddy read it, because why not? On to my presents for Christmas. As I said, the Starless Sea was one of my presents from Kirsty. I was just spoilt rotten, which is lovely, but doing this haul is a nightmare now because there's just so many. I wasn't expecting, I knew that when I wanted to start my YouTube channel I wanted to do what I got over Christmas book wise. It's a nightmare because there's just so many. I don't know what's happened to me. I have managed to find the other 2 books from Waterstones. I've been waiting for this copy of Muse of Nightmares for ages, purely because when I had Strange the Dreamer for the Christmas last year, it was ordered off Book Depository and they were showing the original dark blue copy, but when it turned up it came in a light blue with some feathers in the background rather than the dragonfly. It's a beautiful cover, so I wasn't complaining about it, but I didn't know whether there was going to be a paperback which would match. So when I saw this come up on Amazon, I put it on my wish list and thought, okay, this will be great, I'll get it at some point. And then people started to say that it wasn't as good as Strange the Dreamer, and I think it lost its shine for me. However, I decided while I was walking around Waterstones that because it was part of the buy one get one half price, that I was just going to go for it. Again, this one isn't a priority for me, but I do want to get to it eventually. To go in with the deal, I never tell is it was the wolves that did it for me. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't really been feeling middle grade books lately. I've also had a massive clear out of books that I've bought thinking that I would be into the middle grades, and I've not got round to reading them, or I'm not excited by them anymore. So I've done the clever thing and I have passed them on to other people who I think would enjoy them. But then I saw this, and again it was another one where I looked at the cover and thought this is a beautiful cover, but then I read the back and decided that it was something that I was going to give a go. I am saving this, however, because I would like to take part in the Polathon, which is hosted by Jada Ray Reads. I'll give links to that down below just so you can have a look at her channel and find out like announcements and stuff like that and how to get your TBR sorted. So I do think I want to save this for doing the Polathon, because I don't think I have a lot of seasonal reads really, so this is a good one to start with. So my second present off Kirsty for Christmas was Seafire. It's one that I hadn't really heard of. I still don't know much about, because I'd like to go into this without knowing too much. I want to go in with a clear head, because Kirsty had read it and she said that she definitely thought it was something that I am going to enjoy. So I'm going to leave it at that and just give it a read and see what happens. Now, my presents from Claire, she's gone crazy, but she always does. You'll probably find as vlogs go on that myself and Claire do a lot of buddy reading. The back end of 2019 we read the Scythe, the Arc of the Scythes trilogy, and it was just so amazing. It's the first proper buddy read that I've done for a trilogy. I've done buddy reads occasionally for a particular book, but not for a trilogy. But it definitely felt like it was something more than just read. It felt like our own little private book club, and it was really fun to just go along with. So for Christmas she decided, because we are building up our Schwab shelves, she was going to get me Vicious and Vengeful, which we plan on buddy reading at some point. We have so many to buddy read, it's unreal. Because she also then went ahead and bought me this Savage Song and Our Dark Duet, which is another duology by Schwab. I am ecstatic. I can't wait to start these, just because I've read the first Dark Shade Magic book, and I've also read her Tunnel of Bones, City of Ghosts and Tunnel of Bones. They were amazing. I loved it. And Dark Shade of Magic for me was a bit hit and miss in places, but it's something that I still want to continue because I still want to find out how it moves on. And I'm really looking forward to seeing the difference between the topics that she writes about. I want to see how she hits them. So I'm excited by that. And then the fifth and final one is Skyward, because I've been trying different genres out throughout 2019. Sci-fi seemed to grip me a bit more. I started reading the Illuminae files, and it was a case of I genuinely didn't think it was something I was going to enjoy, but I was so hooked that I ended up having the entire set by the end of the year, and Gemini is on my TBR for January, fingers crossed. So Skyward is definitely something. I wanted to start Brandon Sanderson, and I know that he can be quite hard hitting, can be quite full on high fantasy, quite full on sci-fi, and I don't think I'm quite in for that yet, but I have heard that the Skyward is a good place to start because it's just a nice edge in and it's an easy read. We are coming to the end soon, I promise. So also, while I was in my local town centre, I popped into The Works, who have deals on for box sets of books, to which I bought the Superheroes for £4. I was really impressed with this. I have been wanting to read Catwoman for a while because I love Sarah J Maas's writing. Really loving her Court of Thorns and Roses series at the moment. So I just really want to know. And also, the Wonder Woman is written by Leigh Bardugo, who I'm also loving, so why not? So this entails Catwoman by Sarah J Maas, Batman by Mary Lou, who I think wrote Warcross. I'm not 100% sure, so don't quote me on that, but I think she did. And then Superman by Matt De La Pena, who I've not heard of, but I might end up having a flick through Google to see. And then Wonder Woman by Leigh Bardugo, as I said. So why would I not pick it up? It would be silly not to pick it up. So I'm excited by that. Very excited. I also had a delivery yesterday. It is in my vlog. I do open it up in my vlog, but I just wanted to add it onto the end of this because, again, it's Claire going crazy. She's so generous and she's so supportive of everything. She's just a lovely, lovely woman, and I'm so pleased to have met her. I have Beartown because, as I said, starting this channel, I really wanted to try and give different content. I didn't want to just constantly be reading fantasy and be dubbed as, oh, there's another fantasy book again. This is explained a bit more in my vlog, but it is definitely heading towards the crime side of things. Something happens in a small town. Everybody panics because it's a small town and they never have anything happen like that in their town. So I'm really looking forward to reading this, and I think this is going to be our next buddy read because as soon as I read what it was about, I was like, yep, that's going on my wish list. And then all of a sudden Claire was like, you've got a delivery coming today, and Bob's your uncle. I am so hyped for this. I'm ready for it. My other thing is, I do actually have 2 more books which are due today, which would be, I'm filming on a Wednesday, so they were ordered yesterday and they're coming today. they're not going to be included in this haul because I don't know what time it's going to come, and I want stuff edited and I want stuff ready and prepared. I'm going to be organised. I don't know how long it's going to last, but I will be organised. But I am going to obviously open them up in my vlog, and if you're interested then you might want to head over to that. I will try and link all the people that I've spoken about down below, whether it's Instagram pages or YouTube channels. I will just put links all down below. So I really hope this is a good start to a good year, a good YouTube channel, and I'd like to thank everybody that has decided to take their time to watch this, and just have a good day.